Hello and welcome to Saturday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where ChinStrap, who's been making the most extraordinary waves in the world of Sudoku, has another puzzle for us today. And I have to say, I love the look of it. It looks very beautiful, but I really love the title of this one. It's called Two Truths and a Truth. So we've done Two Truths and a Lie puzzles on the channel many times before, but this is Two Truths and a Truth because you can see there are sort of three flavors of clues, and two of the clues in each case are going to turn out to be index lines, and one of them is going to turn out to be a thermometer, all of which would be true. So true index lines or true thermometers, and our job is to work out which is which. So I'm looking forward to having a go at this. I will tell you, it has had some plaudits from some very, very, very big names in the world of Sudoku. People like Marty Sears, Viking Prime, are saying that this is one of their favourite puzzles by ChinStrap, which is praise indeed. 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty, so hopefully not utterly monstrous. And we'll have a look at this in a moment. I do intend, by the way, to keep up the sort of Saturday puzzle series that we've had, but it'll only be on occasions. It'll be on occasions when, A, I have time, which time is actually a little bit of a premium for me this afternoon, but B, when we get stellar recommendations as well for puzzles that aren't Sudokus. I think we have 1 or 2 in our pipeline as possibles, but both are meant to be quite difficult. So I will save those for days when I have a couple of hours at least spare in order to tackle them properly. Now, what else should I talk to you about before we kick off today? We are actually closing in. Do you know, it's nearly at the 20th, isn't it, of the month? And that is the closing date for our monthly competition, which has been running over on Patreon since the 1st. It's one of, I think, our most loved competitions ever, and it is Blob's Hunt themed on The Hobbit. And for the last few videos, I have been refreshing this page with some delight. Look, it's going to be over 900. Do you think we can get to 1,000? We can probably get to 1,000 patrons solving all 19 puzzles by the time we hit the 20th. Let's see where we are today. Reload. Oh God, we look at that. It's another 50 overnight. That is so fantastic. It really is terrific. Very, very well done. Nearly 1,000 of you have solved all the puzzles. I mean, what a testament to Blobs this is. I mean, to theme the whole thing on the chapters of The Hobbit, and engage so much of the community. Blob's really well done. It really is terrific. It warms the cockles of one's puzzling heart. And you still do have time. If you've not started yet, you can definitely finish it in a day or so. The puzzles are not monstrously difficult. They're all sort of medium, couple of medium hard, but nothing that you can't do. Do have a go. Now, what else? Oh, we're streaming on Tuesday night. We're streaming Nurikabe World, which I'm looking forward to greatly. Here we go. Here's some picture. So if any of you are familiar with the Japanese logic puzzle Nurikabe, you will know what we have to expect here. It's sort of a beautified version, handcrafted puzzles. So I'm looking forward to having a go at that. And birthdays. I must look at my birthday. I haven't got too many birthdays today. Hugh, it's your birthday, and I know this because your friends Dario and Bailey wrote to me, and they said that they call you Hugh the Handyman. I wish I knew you, Hugh. I am the very antithesis of a handyman. I am an unhandy man, very, very useless at all practical tasks. So I'm a little bit jealous about that, and I'm jealous of the fact that apparently they are getting you lots of cake for today. I think Dario and Hugh, you're the ones, you discovered that you both watch the channel quite a lot. So thank you both for doing that. And Hugh, I hope you have a great birthday today. And another person whose birthday is this extraordinary. Jordan D over there in Houston. Jordan, it's your birthday. I couldn't quite detect from the from your email how old you were. It was sort of a riddle around small-sized German whispers, and I don't really want to guess in case I misunderstand it. But listen to this. 2 months into 2024, Jordan decided that he was going to try and solve every single puzzle that we made a video of. So since then, and cataloguing his times taken and also his thoughts on the puzzle, and he has achieved that. He has now played the entire 2024 puzzle list from Cracking the Cryptic, normally taking 1.5 times the video length to finish the puzzle. And that is an extraordinary labour of love. Jordan, really, really well done on that. I'd almost like to see the notes that you've made on the puzzles and what you said about them and whether you agreed with sort of Mark and my thoughts. But yeah, that is phenomenal solving. I know you've done some calculations as to how long it would take you to work your way through the entire back catalogue, and I believe that's quite a long time. We have been doing 2 videos a day now for nearly 5 years, so that's a pretty extraordinary thing, isn't it? Anyway, Jordan, I hope you have a great birthday today. I've never been to Houston. I would like to go. Yeah, that's all the birthdays done. So let's turn our attention to doing some solving, and let's have a look at 2 truths and a truth by ChinStrap. These are the rules of the puzzle. We have got normal Sudoku rules apply, so we're going to have to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. For each set of 3 lines that are the same colour and line styling, 2 of those are index lines and 1 is a thermometer. No line can be ambiguously both. Right. Okay, I think I do understand that. Thermometers. So if a line was a thermometer, let's say this was a thermometer, then the way it would work is digits along a thermometer must strictly increase starting from the bulb. So if this was a 2, this would have to be more than 2. So it could be 4, and that could be 7, and 7, 8. So that would be a valid thermometer. That's how thermometers work. Now, index lines are very slightly more complicated, but not really very much. And I think if you're a computer programmer, index lines will just feel so natural to you. I am not a computer programmer, but I wish I was that as well, as being a handyman. Anyway, the rules for index lines. The digit in the nth cell along the line, starting from the bulb, indicates the position along the line where the digit n appears. Now, the example we've been given is a 4-cell example. Have I got a 4-cell line? No, so I will build one. Let's build a 4-cell line. So if this was the line and it says 3, 2, 1, 4, so 3, 2, 1, 4 is a valid index line. So starting from this end, the reason this is a valid index line is that the first digit, 3, indicates that the third digit along the line is the 1. So you can think of it that this first cell, whatever digit is in the first cell along the line, is telling you where to put the 1 along the line. So if this had been a 4, we would have had to put the 1 here. If it had been a 2, we'd have had to put a 1 here. And if it was a 1, that would be saying that the 1 is in its own position, if you like. So then this cell indexes where the 2 goes along the line, and it is a 2, so it's indexing itself. This cell indicates where the 3 goes along the line, and you can see it's saying a 1, so we put the 3 in the first position, and then the 4 is indexing itself again. So hopefully that's clear. And I think, let me just check, yeah, that is all the rules. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking. And the first thing I'm going to tell you here is that there is a secret. It's not really, it's a slightly fatuous secret, but it's still worth sharing. It's not the secret of Sudoku, that's a different thing. Do we think we're going to get that today? Probably not, actually. I think the values of the digits are almost irrelevant in this puzzle. But an index line, if let's say this one is an index line, you can see it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cells on it. Now, the crucial thing to know about the index line is that if this was an index line, it would therefore contain the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that's fairly obvious once you think about it, but until you think about it, it perhaps isn't. And the reason that's true is, let's say we were to try and put a higher digit somewhere along the line. Let's put a 6 here. That would be saying put the 2, because this is on the 2nd position along the line, on the 6th cell along the line. But the line only has 5 cells, so it's meaningless. There would be nowhere to put the 2 on the line. So that cannot be right. And therefore, we know in any single colour. Yeah, so what that tells you actually straight away is that these 2 purple thingies are not purple thingies, the technical term for line. These are both not index lines. Now, why is that? Well, it's sort of Sudoku, isn't it? If this is an index line and this is an index line, then they would contain the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And then we would be faced with a problem, because in row 7 I need to put the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and they wouldn't be able to be there, and they wouldn't be able to be there, so they'd all have to congregate in far too small a space. It would be like a sort of overcrowded bus stop here, and that won't work. We can't put 6 digits into 3 Sudoku cells. So what that means, if these 2 can't both be index lines, this is an index line. So we need to have a colour for that, don't we? Let's go for lime green. That seems to be quite distinct against the purple. So this isn't right. So we immediately now know in this box where 8 and 9 are, because this is a 7-cell line, so these digits must be the digits that are not on the line. That's 8 and 9. So this contains the digits 1 to 7. I don't actually think we're going to know anything about how that looks. If this line was a thermometer, the end cell of it would be a bit restricted, because this is a 6-cell thermometer. This digit here, the final cell along it, would be at least a 6 if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it couldn't be more than 7. So that might be fine. I'm not sure. Sorry. Okay, what would be the alternative? The alternative is that this is an index line. No, I think that's... Well, one of these has to be an index line. So the digits 1 to 6 are in a congregation, either in that congregation or that congregation. So I feel like the digit 7, yeah, I mean, this is a very marginal point and might not matter, but the digit 7 in this box has to be early. And the reason I'm saying that is, imagine if it wasn't. Imagine if these 4 digits were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 only. Well, then whichever one of these was actually the real index line would have 4 overlaps with this congregation of digits. So say this one was the real index line. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. There would be 4 overlaps with this set, and those 4 digits would have to go into those 3 squares. So it wouldn't be quite as crowded a bus stop, but it would still be too crowded. So 7 along this index line goes here. And that's saying that the digit in the 7th position is an early digit, so it's a 1, 2, 3 or 4. And if you're going to tell me that that is a particularly useless deduction, I couldn't really argue with you, could I? Okay. But so hang on, there's something bugging me about this line, because it's got to be something. It's got to be something, hasn't it? I mean, if it's a thermometer, then if it's a thermometer, this digit is 6 or 7. If it's an index line, this digit is 6. So where are 8 and 9 in this box? They are definitely here, whatever the nature of this line is. So now this line has 8 and 9 on it and can't be an index line. Because if this was an index line, it would contain the digits 1 to 6, and it can't. So this... So sorry, what did we just say? This can't be an index. So that's a thermometer. Okay, so we need a new colour for that. Thermometers are to do with... Oh, that's a horrible choice, sorry. I was going to say... No, we need something distinct from blue and red as well. Something that we can use. Maybe I'll just make it dark green. I'll try and get away with dark green. So dark green is thermometer. This is index line. So this is... I don't want to... Well, this is 7, 8 and 9 now. I suppose that's the obvious point, isn't it? So 8 and 9... Oh, I see. 8 and 9 are on there. This is a thermometer that has the digits 9 and 8 on it. So they must be in the 2 final positions, because there are no digits higher, and they must be in this specific order. And this is the digits. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. I almost want to pencil mark it. That's so ludicrous. Oh, right. By Sudoku, this thermometer has a 7 on it. So that's there. So it goes 7, 7 by Sudoku. So that's in position 4 along an index line. Oh, I haven't coloured this index line. How remiss of me. So this cell is a 4 now. Because this cell, remember, it indexes the 4 along the line. So 4 is on this... Oh, that doesn't help us, does it? 4, 5, no, it doesn't help us. The 4 can go in any of those positions. So 4 is in one of these 3 positions along an index line. So this square is a 1, 2 or a 3. Now, the upshot of that is going to be... I'm sorry, I don't know what the upshot of that is. It's probably... How long is this line? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's an 8-cell line. So if this was a thermo... It's almost impossible for it to be a thermo. Not quite impossible. If it was a thermo... Let me just show you quickly what would happen. The minimum value of this digit would be 6, but it would actually have to be a 6, because if it was a 7, then the thermo would go 7, 8, 9, and this cell would be dead. It couldn't have any option at all. So if this is a thermo, we know it goes 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I thought this 4 was going to help me, but it didn't. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, sorry, this is easy. This line here, this thingy, that cannot be an index line. Because if these were the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8 and 9 would go in those squares, and that would kill this square. So this is a thermo. Oh, that's much worse then, isn't it? Because that being a thermo means we know much less about this, the 8-cell line. We know it doesn't have 9 on it because it's only got 8 cells on it, so 9 is in one of those cells. Now, what does that mean, you may ask? 9 in row 3 is slightly restricted because this tiny little 1, 2, 3, that's a 6-cell line. So that definitely doesn't have a 9 on it. This definitely doesn't have a 9 on it. So 9 is over here. And this is a thermo. So what does that mean? That digit is on the thermo. So it's probably towards the end of the thermo. I don't think this can be 9, can it, actually? Yeah, okay, yes. There's a funny point here about 9s. So 9 in box 6, where is it? Well, it's either not on the thermo, or if it's on the thermo, it has to be exactly there. So we can ask now where 9 goes in column 9. Because it can't be in any of these squares, and it can't be in those squares, so it goes there. And this is a 7-8 pair now. And that might mean something. It might mean... Well, this digit... Yeah, okay. What it means is that both of these digits actually are up here. That's a slightly weird deduction, but I think it's true. I'm just thinking about where they go in column 9. Now, they clearly can't go in their own box, and they can't go this early on a thermo, because if you even put 7 in this position, you go 8, 9, 10, and the thermo would break. So they can't go there, so they must go up here. But that's actually, I don't think that's very interesting in terms of solving it, because these are late digits anyway along the index line, aren't they? So I know exactly what Mark would do here. He would pencil mark this thermo. I'm not doing it. Just to show you why I won't do it. Is you've got far too many options, because you basically are in this world. That's what you'd have. Now, if you actually look at the digits there, that it's ludicrous. I mean, how are you meant to do anything with that? The answer is you can't. No, it's just ridiculous. We're not doing that. We're going to try and do it differently, even if it takes longer. Now, what are we going to do next? We're going to say... I'm pretty sure we must be able to do something intelligent with... Well, yeah, that's a very... This is quite a weird deduction. I'm not even sure it's right. I was thinking about those 4 digits. Now, those 4 digits definitely have to appear on this line, don't they? Because this line is longer. So this line, the long line, contains the digits 1 to 8, and this line contains the digits 1 to 6. So whatever these are on the long line, but they're not in their own row. And at least one of these digits is a 7 or an 8. So only one of these 4 digits can go up here, because these are from the digits 1 to 6. So I think these digits are the same as these digits and one of these digits, which is a really peculiar deduction. Now, but does that even matter, is the next question. I feel there's probably something, if you're good at indexing, you can learn from that. These 4 digits are in 4 of those 5 cells. I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, I'll switch tack then. I'll do it slightly differently. One of these digits is a 7 or an 8, clearly. So where does that digit go in this row? Whichever one of these is 7 or 8 can't go there by Sudoku, and can't go on this line, which only goes up to 6, so goes along with its friend the 9 in those squares. So these are from 7, 8 and 9. That's not 7, that's not 8 by Sudoku. Which is presumably of some value. Oh, I almost had a good deduction then. I've actually seen this square can't be 6, can it? Because that would make this 7, 8, 9, and that would break that square. So 6 in this column, but it's 6 I think can be down here on this line. If 6 was there, that would say put 1 here. If 6 was here, it would be indexing itself. That's fine. That's fine. Is it something to do? These are roping. Is it roping then? These 3 digits are from the digits 1 to 6. So they have to appear on this line, don't they? So they're there, they're there, they're there, they're there. So is that... I think... no, okay. I dispute whether that's important, actually. Okay, so that hasn't helped me. What about... I don't know, maybe I've got to think about the red lines, but the red lines look much shorter to me. Although, I guess... Well, actually that is an interesting thought. Oh, nearly. I was wondering where 8 and 9 went in this column. One of them can go here, but 8 and 9 can't go there, whether this is an index line or a thermo. It's too if it was a thermo, it's too early. Imagine this was 8, 9, 10, 11. We can't put 12 on it. So that cell is definitely not one of these digits. Neither are these. So if this is not an 8 or 9, you've got to put 8 and 9 on that, but then it would have to be a thermo. Because if it was an index line, it would have to be the digits 1 and 2. Oh, well, hang on. Does that mean it can't be? Wait a minute. Is that what I'm getting from that? That is what I'm getting, isn't it? If this tiny little line was an index line, because it's only 2 cells long, it would be a 1-2 pair. In either order, I suppose. But then where would I put 8 and 9 in this column? Nowhere. I could put one of them here, but nowhere else. So this is a thermometer. And red is suddenly interesting. I know what red is now. I know so I've identified all the truths in the puzzle, and that means... Right. Oh, this is... Right, now we're away. Oh, thank goodness for that. I was really struggling to even get started here, but I've got started now, because now, remember this is an index line, so it contains the digits 1 to 5. So these digits here are from 6, 7, 8 and 9, but this is an index line as well. It can't have a digit higher than 6 on it, so that digit is a 6. This is... That's 7 or 8 by Sudoku. It can't be 9 because of the 9 down here. So and this is in the 3rd position, so that means this is a 3. Okay. And the corollary of all that is... I don't know, actually. This is a thermo. So this could just be 8 and 9, couldn't it? Right, okay, sorry, I'm not quite seeing this, am I? No, Simon, you're not. I got off to a little bit of a start, and then I've died a death again. Right. Is it something to do with this 7 and 8 again? Is it something to do with the fact one of these digits is here? I've got a horrible feeling that if you pencil mark this puzzle, really, really pencil mark it, lots of things would be deduced. Mark would be laughing his head off. Okay. What could we do with this? What could we do with our newfangled knowledge? Right, so these are the digits 1 to 5. And they have very much an overlap with these digits. I mean, do we know something about... I mean, let me just pencil mark this. Let me just have a quick look and think about this. 1, 2, 4, 5 into these squares. Surely that we just don't know anything about that, do we? Oh, I see one thing I know. That digit is 1, 2, 4 or 5, and that digit has to appear on this index line. So the only place it can go is there. So that is, these two digits are the same digit. Actually, that might be worth recording, mightn't it? Just in case that's a point that we're meant to appreciate. Now, what was this one? This was a thermo. So these are from... What did I worked out this couldn't be 6, didn't I? Because that would break with 7, 8, 9 up there. So that's a maximum of 5. So these are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And somehow or other, I'm still meant to be able to work out something about the rest of this puzzle. Come on, Simon. It's going to be. I think it's going to be geometry. I just have to have the right. I mean, it's going to be something like. Where does I see that digit can't go on this line? So 6 and 9 are in these squares. In box 4, because we know that this line contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, ChinStrap. This is very actually. I like this. I like this because it has that weird quality where I think I should be able to do it, and yet it's still being terribly recalcitrant. And I completely know it's my fault. Which it's sort of infuriating, but also you have begrudging respect for it as a result. Now, come on, Simon. What else could we do here? We could say that. Do we know now more about? Oh, I don't know. I don't really know where to look. 9 in. Oh, I see. Hang on. No, I don't see. No, I'm wrong. I was wrong. I was thinking 9 in this box was restricted because it couldn't go in the bulb of this 2-cell thermo. But actually, it's in one of those squares, isn't it? So 9 in this column is either here or here. One. No, that doesn't work. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. Again. Again. I'm still discombobulated. What on earth is it? 1, 2, 3, 5 and 6 down here. Is there something I'm meant to appreciate about that? So these squares definitely include the digits 8 and 9. Maybe I can do better with these two digits then. This digit is definitely here because it can't go so early on the thermo. So that digit is there and then up there. That digit is on this thermo in one of those positions. And I suppose not this one. So that digit is in one of those squares. Let's just give that a quick label in case that's going to help us. So we'll call that B. A and B are up here. B is over here. 8, 7, 6. Oh, I don't know. Or is it something to do with... I haven't got a clue. I am completely and utterly bamboozled. Where do I... Okay, let's take a different track. Where's the pressure in this puzzle? I think it's to do with the interaction of this line and possibly this one. That might be wrong though. Is there a cell? I mean, this 3 has to appear either there in the bulb of the index line, which would be indexing a 1 into this position. 3, 1. Would that be an issue? I don't think so. Or the 3 is up there, which would be indexing a 7 or an 8. Oh. Hang on. Hang on a minute. No, but the 7 and the 8 can index each other, can't they? Hang on, now I'm thinking 3 can't go up here, but I'm not sure why I'm thinking that. If these were 7 and 8, then 7 and 8 in this row would be here, and I couldn't put 9 in the row, so these are not 7 and 8, so this is 7 or 8. And if this is 7 or 8, that is in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the 6. So that is right then. So 6, 7 and 8 go up here. Good grief. Oh, that's huge. Now, that's sort of a back door, because now 3 on this line is placed there. That's 3, that's 1. These index each other. 1 comes out of these squares. So these are 2, 4 and 5. No idea what that means. Well, that can't be a 2 is one thing it means. Because that's indexing the 1 into this position, which is wrong. The 1 is definitely in one of these positions. This has gone up in value a little bit, hasn't it? 6 has to appear on this line and is now in one of 3 places. So this digit is either 5, 2 or 3. That is possibly the most useless, pathetic deduction I've ever made on the channel. I apologise profusely for having even the gumption to do that. Okay, let's do 2s, 4s and 5s on this line. Now they feel interesting all of a sudden. No, maybe they're not actually. They're sort of, yeah, the way they're going to work is that 2 of them are going to index each other and 1 of them is going to index itself. So I rather suspect that that's not an intelligent thought I've just had. That this can't be 1 anymore. So the one on this funny old line is either in this position or those 2 positions. It would be really rather lovely. Which would we prefer? Oh, I would prefer here. In fact, yeah, where's 1 in this box? Once it's not in the bulb of the thermo, it can't go on the thermo at all, so it's in one of those squares. So this is not a 1. Now that's in position, so this is not a 4 anymore, so the 4 has moved over into one of 2 places. 1 is in one of these 2 cells, so 1 in this box is in the corner, indexing itself. No 3 in the corner there. Can we get any more 3s in corners? Very unlikely, but we could get one here. And if we did get one there, it would put a 1 here. It's possible. It is possible. What is this digit? That might be worth considering. Because it's not 1, is it? And it's not... It can't be that big. Because it's on a 6-cell thermo. So it had to be 2 or 4 originally, I think. And 4 won't work, because that's going to kill this square. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Beautiful. So this is a 2. And that's no longer a 2. And that's position. So this is no longer a 6. So 6... Oh, bother. That doesn't quite do it. But that being a 2 means this is not a 2. So I've now got a 4, 5 pair on this one. So these are not 4 and 5. This is a 1, 2 pair. So these aren't 2, and 2 on the 8-cell line goes here, which means 2 on this. Oh, I've got a 4, 5 pair here. It's all kicking off. Oh, look at that. So 6, 7, 8, and 9 are in those squares in the middle box, and 2 on this funny old line are in these 2 squares, and they could be indexing themselves. Okay, so this square is either a 2 or a 3. Because it's either indexing itself as a 2 or the 2 is here, and that puts the 3 back in the second position. 4 is in one of those 2 squares by our fair-weathered friend Sudoku. Oh, I see, and these are either indexing each other or themselves. 4 in this column is on the thermo. Yeah, these squares are from 3, 4, 5, aren't they? So we should thermify them. That can't be 5, that can't be 3. But one of them is a 4. And now this square is at least 5. Now, am I prepared to pencil mark it? I might have to. 6. It can't be 7. Because if it's 7, we go 7, 8, 9 again. So 6 or 7. That's strange, actually. Okay, so this might be able to be 8, and that might have to be 7, 8, or 9. I don't like that pencil marking, but it seems logical. Okay, so that... Yeah, this is why you shouldn't pencil mark thermos. They never work. Okay, in this row, we have got the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 approximately placed, don't we? So we need to put 6, 7, 8, and 9 in. And if you're going to say, yeah, that's useless, though, I'd be inclined to agree with you. Bother. So I no longer like that thought. Let's try. We know those 2 digits were the same, don't we? But they could be that one, or indeed that one. I don't think we know which. Be nice to know this digit. That will be given away by where the 6 goes in this box, which is in one of 2 places. Or, oh, that digit's under pressure. Because this line here, we've got to populate with 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So this is a 5 or a 6, which means 1 is up here. That's useful. That is useful. And the reason I think that's useful is that's now plonking 1 on this thermometer, and we know exactly where it must go, which is here. Now 1, oh, we knew this. I just didn't adjust my pencil marks. That's silly of me. 3 is in one of 2 places on this this line, either indexing itself or plonking a 5 into this position. Ah, it can't plonk a 5 into this position. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it can't. So the 3 must be here. Oh, but indexing itself, of course. So that's really unhelpful. So I've got to deal with 1, 2, 5, and 6 on this line. It's funny. It is funny. Because you keep just even getting this tiny digit, you know, if we really think through all the consequences of that, you can now see in this box 3 is in one of 3 places, but that's on an index line, so this digit is now 4, 5 or 6 by dint of this pencil mark 3. It's slightly strange, isn't it? And now 2 in the bottom row has only 2 possible places. If 2's here, it's indexing itself. And if 2's here, it's indexing itself. Oh dear. But if 2 was here, it would be helping us with this. Okay. Right, so we're going to have to come up with something else. And the thing we're going to come up with is... What do you think it is? How should we do this? I'm not sure. Okay, I am going to pencil mark this one. 1, 2, 5 and 6. And that's... This is not 5 because of this 4, 5 pair. It's not something to do with this funny old thermometer at the top, is it? It might be. Yeah, I mean, actually, if I pencil mark this, because it sees 1, 2, 3 in its box, and it sees 4, 5 in its column, and 7, the only digits that are available to put on there are 6, 8, and 9. We can't put 9 in the bulb, and we can't now put 6 in the tip. So this is an 8 or a 9. Which, well, actually, maybe that doesn't do anything. Okay, sorry, so that doesn't work. So instead of that, we will look for... Where should we look? If that's 5, that's putting 1 there. If this 4, oh, I see. So whatever this is just these just pinpoint the 1 and the 2. What about... Okay, let's pencil mark these squares then. 1, 2, 3 and 9. Can we get any can we do any better than that? We know that that's not 1. We know that this digit has to be here. Oh, that's important. Yeah, this digit is a 1, 2, it's clearly a 2 or a 3, so it's in this quadruple. And therefore it's there, it's on this side, which is also where the 1 is. So the 9 is not on this side, so the 9 is in one of these 2 squares. And don't tell me that. No, that does do something, because now 9 in this box has to be in the tip of the thermo. And if 9's in the tip of the thermo, don't we say this digit is now here? I think we do. So that digit is 7 or 8. 9 comes out of these 2 squares, which means 9 is placed, believe it or not, in box. 9 is placed in the middle box. Ah, here we go. A bit of Sudoku helping us out. So 8 is in one of these 2 squares. Oh, it doesn't quite resolve this thermo still. These squares are 6, 7 and 8, aren't they? Because 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 are the digits on the index line in box 4. And we know that's not 6 from what we just did in this row. How do I know 6 is in one? Oh, that's just Sudoku. Yeah, that's fine. I've got a 7, 8 pair in row 5. This is not 7 by Sudoku. This is not 8 by Sudoku. So there are 7, 8 pair in this column as well. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 2, 3 or 5. This is just about anything apart from 1. So the 5 on this line is not in that position. That's all you get from that, I think. Okay, so how do we... so this square is 6, 7 or 8. we're really close to cracking this, I think. These squares are 6, 7 and 8. Yeah, there we go. That's done it. Well, it's done something. Because finally, this little cell is not able to be 6. So that's got to be 5. And that puts pressure on the thermo. 4, 3. Now, look at this index line. 2 and 3 are a pair now. They might be indexing each other or themselves, but they are a 2, 3 pair. So the rest of this line is 1, 4, 5. So we better put that in. Yeah, this is no longer 1, so that's a 1. And this digit should be known. That's a 6. Has that been? Yeah, that's probably been available for ages. I've only just seen it. Okay, but that becoming 2, 3, 4 means this is 5. That's on an index line, indexing the position of the 6, which is now here. This square is now 4. That's in the 3rd position, so that puts the 3 here and the 2 indexes itself. So now I've got a 1, 3 pair and a 2, 9 pair and a 4 here on the funny line. The 4 and 5 index each other. Okay, but I think we're getting there now. This is now a 5, 6 pair. So this, oh I see, so these become... how does that work? Oh, I've got a deadly pattern of 1s and 2s. Oh, but I suppose, no, it's not deadly, is it? Because it's going to be resolved by these. Because if that's a 6, it's telling you to put the 1 here, and then that will resolve the deadly pattern. So I think we're still just about alive. And what we can do is the following. Come on, brain. Right. My mouth's written a brain. But check, my brain can't cache. No. Bad brain, bad mouth. Yeah, which one of them was in the wrong? That can be debated. Right, okay, this square is now not... Oh, well 2 is on this thermo, so we can fill this thermo in. 2 and 4. So that's not 4. So 5 doesn't go here, is the corollary of that. This 2 is resolving the 2 and the 3. Now, it feels like, okay, it feels like there's something I can do with that. These squares are 3, 5, 6, aren't they? So let's pencil mark them and hope that gives us some. I don't think that is giving us anything, so I've still got to do a little bit more thinking. This is not 2 anymore. So this is saying put the 5 in this line in positions 3, 4 or 5. So there is definitely a 5 in one of those 3 cells. It feels like that wants to be helpful, but it's just not. This line, in fact, I've done particularly poorly on, haven't I? 2 is early on the line, but that's no use at all. So this digit is either 2 or 1. That is a 1 or a 2. Because if the 2 goes in the corner, it's indexing the 1 here. So maybe there's something going on in another location. I'm not sure. 3 on this line is in the top row. It's what gives us the chance of a 3 in the corner. So the 3rd position is either a 1 or a 5. Oh golly, this must do something. Oh, the 3 being up here. Why? Hang on, I might have made a mistake here. Why did I think this couldn't be? No, it can't be a 3 because that's indexing the 2, so that is fair. No, I think everything I've done there is logical. I was just noticing it's giving me a 3 here and a 1 here. Which might not do anything, but feels like it should do something. The 1 in this box is now definitely in this domino. So the position in the corner is 2 or 3, definitely. Oh, 9 here, look, that's become an 8. So that's 9, that's 7. So this is 6, this is 7, this is 8. Aha. 8, 7, 7, 8. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, that's not 6 anymore. So this is 6. I've got a 3, 5 pair. And the result of that... Oh, I got loads of high digits just into the grid then. And it felt like it was going to become a flurry, but it's not, is it? That's not 7, definitely. This isn't 8, definitely. And this... this doesn't want to reveal its nature. Okay, but look at 9 in this column. 9 has to be in the tip of that thermo. So that gets me... aha! This 2 is critical, because now that becomes a 1. That becomes a 5. The 1 is putting a 2 into this. Oh no, that's not a 3. What's going on there? That's a 5. That's a 3. That's a 5. That's a 4. No, it's a 1. Okay, so that's 4. That's 5. That 5 is indexing the 1, so that's that one. So this is... oh, so it was this one that resolved it rather than this one. Okay, well that's still fine. 1, 2... That's in the 5th position, isn't it? So I think that's 5 and that's 6 is how that should resolve. So that's 7. And this square, well, these are a 3, 4 pair, so we can put the 3 and the 4 in. Let's just check this line works. Yeah, the 5 and the 3 index each other, that's fine. And we can definitely do this digit here. I think that's a 5. By dint of the fact that in this column we need to put a 5. So this is 7. Oh no, hang on. That's a 7 and this is a 6 or an 8. But oh, I see. And then this digit is a 7. And that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's in the 6th position. So put the 6 here, put the 8 here. Put the 8, the 6, the 6, the 8, and there we go. That's a very clever puzzle, is it right? Yes, it is. Very clever puzzle. 2 truths and a truth. Now, that is not, I think, the most brilliant solve I've ever done on the channel, but I think that is testament to the constructor, actually, because there was nothing difficult. It's hard, at least for my brain, to spot certain truths that were evident. We hold these truths to be evident. All men are created equal. That's I Have a Dream, isn't it? One day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will sit together at the table of brotherhood. Anyway, I've got distracted. No, because what I was going to say is that it was weird to me when I discovered it that 8 and 7, there was something to do with 8, 7 and 6 over here. Yeah, I know what it was. It was subtle but very beautiful. So the idea, I think, was that I got quite quickly that 9 in row 3 had to be over here. But what I failed to appreciate is that prevents this from being an 8-7 pair. Or if I did appreciate it, I didn't see the point. I didn't see the subtlety that means this square has to be 8 or 7, and that is in position 6, so it's shunting a 6 up here. And once you get that, it's crucial. Or I felt it was crucial anyway. I felt it did things. It got me going along the right path. It's a beautiful idea, this. It really is. Quality setting. ChinStrap, take a bow again. Thank you very much if you're still watching. Loved the puzzle. Let me know how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.